What are the trend or most popular research domain in your area? And then what are the bottleneck or the urgent question people are trying to answer, in your opinion, and what the community thinks in general?
So I think one of the main questions in global health technologies is having technologies that are going to be available in these environments and are scalable. So I think there's a lot of really exciting work happening in terms of discovery. People are coming up with new microfluidic technologies, people are coming up with sort of handheld technologies, but many of them actually never make an impact. They never sort of penetrate the market. So I think there's that set of questions. How do you create technologies that can really be sustainable? So that requires us to think about both in terms of local health systems, that requires us to think about local context, local culture, local needs and challenges, but also thinking about why is it that global health technologies that seem to work so well in the laboratory never really make an impact?
Yeah.
And I think that's a question that is both open-ended and one that requires attention. In my opinion, the reason we are at times failing is because we are not engaging with the local communities. We are not engaging with sort of the communities that we want to make an impact on.
Yeah.
And that requires us to work with social scientists and humanists, local NGOs and local partners, local policymakers. So I think that remains a major challenge, that there are new, exciting discoveries and technologies, but less so on the ground. You wouldn't find them really making an impact.
Yeah, okay. And then specifically, what inventions or application do you envision will we have in the future?
So I think there's a whole spectrum of things. One, I think there are a lot of people, so I'll talk about something that is not in COVID, in an area that we work on is antimicrobial resistance. There is a new level of, I think, recognition that we need to do better in surveillance, right? Try to catch things early on. And that is a lesson that people have learned from COVID, is to be proactive, is to imagine a scenario where some of these things can really impact a large population in a short period of time. So that sense of surveillance. So surveillance comes in many different ways of technology. That means better data analytics. That means better sort of epidemiology. That means better diagnostics at the point of care.
Yeah.
So you have some of those technologies that I think are of interest in general. And then the second part also is, and I think in therapeutics, we are seeing a lot of interest in mRNA-based therapeutics, but also things that go along with it. For example, can you have thermostable systems that can work without the need for refrigeration all across the supply chain? Can you really make sure that you're able to manufacture them at a reasonable cost in a short period of time, whether those are vaccine-based systems or other systems? So I think there are some of those things there as well. And the third thing, I think, is trying to integrate all of this within the context of a health system. And that requires a deeper understanding, because we have seen that you cannot parachute in vaccines in a country.
Yeah.
You really have to have a system that can absorb it. Otherwise, it goes into the hands of very rich people, or only in cities and not in rural areas. And we've seen this across the board. So I think that sense of that. But apart from that, I think the bigger thing, or a movement that I hope will be catalyzed, is an understanding of the role of BME in addressing the inequities in society, in increasing and democratizing access to quality care, not just care, but good quality care, that people are able to get good quality vaccines, that people are able to get vaccines when they need it, that people are able to get vaccines regardless of their ability to pay. And that has something that I think engineering has a very important role to play, both in system design and analysis, and also in terms of development of new technologies.
That's really cool. I'm very excited for what is going on in the future.
I hope so.